Hello everyone and welcome back to Pseudo Plays Prince of Persia Two Thrones. Double Swords. Whatever.
Have I become a sand monster?
Call it what you want. Give you the ability to destroy your enemies. Now use it.
What benefit is this? Even as I fight them, I grow weaker.
Kill them then. Their lives repeat yours.
So last time we played, the game soft
I
locked.
assume this is not
So it's been a while since I
It
played.
is.
Sorry about that.
It to be.
I do not.
But
Things have been kinda hectic and I was kinda sick recently, so that wasn't much fun. Did I use Spectrack? I used Spectrac, didn't I? Ugh. So sorry if my voice is kind of low. Like I said, it's because of a cold. Wait, this is on right. That's right. I think those right here were stuff about.
Why then is this happening to me?
you have been infected by the sands of time, as I am sure you have noticed. Maybe it's the dagger. Maybe it's all the time you've spent amongst the sands.
Thank you.
Amongst the Empress. Either way, you are resisting it. Mostly.
Mostly?
You did just transform into something rather unique, so I think the word is quite appropriate. Think of it this way. You have been given a gift. You're stronger, faster.
Uglier.
Now.
That explains the transformation. But
Have you not realized? I am your untapped potential,
that?
your unrealized dreams. I am part of you.
you're inside me?
Says the internet. Oops. Alright. A one-y, and a two-y, and you know how to do-y. Ah, that audio balancing. Gotta love it. However, I need to kill something real quick, because I am gonna... Oh, yay. Awkward. Yeah, we're back.
It's gone now. Water seems to fight this corruption. Why did you hide this from me?
Why? And ruin all the fun?
And the plot convenience.
Oh, they do not seem to like the light.
Search. Ah, there we go. Let's go this way. Looks safer. Do. Sorry if I haven't said anything much this episode. Still kind of new to this, so not sure what to say. First time, every time. Oops. Alright. Nope. That never happened. Happened in the Berenstain world, not the Bernstein world. I am an idiot. Sorry, guys. Whoop. See? I have nothing to worry about here. Oh. Alrighty. What's it now? Oh, okay. Done you go. This is very unnecessary. That however was.
Not bad.
When the prince was struck by the sands of time, something was woken within. Something strange and cunning. Something dark. The 7 years spent on the run had embittered the prince and made him hard. This burden sustained his other half, gave it strength. The prince was tempted to do as it said, for it was a light in the darkness, offering comfort and guidance to a man who had just lost everything. But what were its intentions? Why did it help him? Only time would tell.
Oh, that's not good. Oops. Oh, never mind. Nope. Exposition.
Babylon. It's so far away. As a child, Father would tell me stories
Pay
about...
attention. Something's happening down there.
We don't got time for your shit right now.
Is that... It's the Vizier! He's been completely transformed.
Interesting. He has used the power of the sands to transform his army. And these artifacts will allow him to transport them across the city with ease. He appears to be in complete control. Things do not look too good for you at the moment.
I will not let the Vizier have Babylon. My city. My throne!
The hell
He
with my
has used
people?
that beam as a gate for the crew.
As you wish.
Play the waiting game. Alright, so let's play the waiting game here. Question of the episode. What is your favorite stealth type game? I mean, the stealth, well, or say sneak around. So Metal Gear, Splinter Cell. You know the deal, yeah. Oh, that works. Okay, this is new. I have never seen this, and this is new, and I'm scared. Did I activate a trap card? I activated the trap card.
Well, that went well.
Maybe following the Vizier through that gate wasn't such a good idea. What is this place?
It looks like some kind of temple.
Could all this have been made by the Vizier? Look at that statue.
There certainly is a resemblance. Let us take a closer look at that altar.
It looks as though this temple hasn't functioned in quite some time. The gears on that water wheel look rusted through.
Perhaps if you find a way to operate them, we can proceed.
Okay. Looking around. This is. That
This
was a
temple
good
reminds
guess.
me of a tale my father once told me of the Lord of Time. An acolyte of Zurvan was able to harness the energy of 3 temples and become more than a man. He was the very incarnation of Zurvan on Earth. Overflowing with the power of a god, he ravaged and enslaved my people.
What does a child's bedtime story have to do with anything?
The story goes on to tell of a great king. Using surprise to their advantage, his armies destroyed the temples. Bravely, the king led his men forward,
It's a lever.
and after a great battle, defeated Zurvan's minion, driving the power from his body. The merciful king spared his life, exiling him to the mountains of India.
The fool. Never leave an enemy alive.
The Vizier must have uncovered the lost temples of Zurvan. How else could he have taken control of the sands, even with the dagger?
So what are you going to do about it?
Is that right? How do I get down? Jump of faith. Okay. That didn't go well. That too didn't go well.
temple reminds me of a tale my father once told me of the Lord of Time. An acolyte of Zervan was able to harness the energy of 3 temples and become more than a man. He was the very incarnation of Zervan on Earth. Flowing with the power of a god, he ravaged and enslaved my people.
What does a child's bedtime story have to do with anything?
The story goes on to tell of a great king. Using surprise to their advantage, his armies destroyed
himself.
This temple reminds me of a tale my father once told me of the Lord of Time. An acolyte of Zervan was able to harness the energy of 3 temples and become more than a man. He was the very incarnation of Zervan on Earth, overflowing with the power of a god. He ravaged and enslaved my people.
What does a child's bedtime story have to do with anything?
The story goes on to tell of a great king. Using surprise to their advantage, his armies destroyed the temples. Bravely, the king led his men forward, and after a great battle, defeated Zervan's minion, driving the power from his body. The merciful king spared his life, exiling him to the mountains of India.
The fool. Never leave an enemy alive.
The vizier must have uncovered the lost temples of Zervan. How else could he have taken control?
I'm gonna fall, aren't I? Oh, never mind. Boop, boop. Loud clicking noises. Have we got tired of them? I sure hope not. Go. Alrighty. Oh shit! So it's time. Warrior within. Two thrones. See, that was the hard. First time every time. Mine. Stop. Oh yay.
Run, you fool!
Yeah, one last chance. No. Shit, don't tell me. Could do that again. Okay. What do? Don't we have to do this again? You will not tell me.
This temple reminds me of a tale my father once told me of the Lord of Time.
Nope.
An
See, you guys
acolyte of
take steps
Zervan was able to harness the energy of 3 temples and become more than a man. He was the very incarnation of Zervan on Earth, overflowing with the power of a god. He ravaged and enslaved my
I
people.
have to do this again. I have to do this again?
Tell me when you want.
What does a child's bedtime story have to do with...
Yep. Alright. You guys take time. And